Hi, and welcome to today's live at 5. So, I am going to go through our daily. So, if this is the first time you watch one of the videos, this is an inspirational, motivational, and it's just our way of peeking into what's going to happen in your next 24. I am Jeya Reader, where I like to do a little bit of a 24-hour scope of your next day. This is what we do here. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started with today's, okay? Now I'm trying to get used to 5. 5 o'clock is the new one. 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, okay? Now remember, you guys, this is a timeless, so that means that it's meant for whenever you find this, okay? It's for your next 24 hours. Now we're going to go ahead and get started with the Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Burchard, okay? As I channel messages, which I do in various different styles, I will just go ahead and speak on them. Usually they are symbolic, sometimes they are literal, so take it as it resonates, as this is a collective reading. Thank you. Okay, I'm seeing somebody budgeting. It's like they're budgeting their finances, and they're budgeting them on a phone. And what's funny about it is that they're at the back of a movie theater. Good morning. Yeah, they're in the back of a movie theater. This is talking about spending. But we're not just talking about money here. We're talking about spending time. Spending time. Where have you been spending your time lately? This is about spending. Spending. I feel like it's spending in many forms, but I don't feel like it's overindulgence. I feel like it's if lockdown is going to be coming like down for a little while or something in your area, like in California it's supposed to in June, maybe right now you're calculating where you're going to be spending your time. Okay. I seen a big rig though after I had seen the person looking at their phone with budgeting. I was seeing a big rig after that. This is possibly spending time on a big project for some. Others, it's spending, like calculating where you're going to spend your time. I feel like the spending is talking about time, and the big rig will be coming into play later on. We're going to see. We're going to see. It's going to tie in later. Let us awaken now and realize there is greater vibrancy, joy, and freedom available to each of us. Yeah, because I felt like when he was balancing like the budget and everything, he was balancing for like where he's going to spend his time. Because I was seeing other things. I wasn't just seeing the movies, but I was seeing the movies. I was seeing like somebody resting on a lake and just like relaxing. I was seeing like people skiing. I was seeing stuff like that, but I wasn't seeing it. I know right now not many people are getting out. I wasn't seeing it like they were with a bunch of other people, but I am like if you are gonna be going out, like California is gonna be going back to, I guess, where they're gonna take down the shutdowns and all that in June. And if you do plan on going out, I would exercise a lot of caution, because that big rig just stays in the back of my mind. It's not doing anything. It's just staying in the back of my mind. So it's like, just be careful if you are going to go out. It's not to scare you. It's to just let you know, you might want to think twice of just making sure that you're staying safe. Okay. Personally, I'm going to be staying home. But I have my reasons. I have my reasons. Now, right here, the awakening now and realizing that there's greater vibrancy, joy, and freedom available to each of us. This is talking about spending quality time in joy, okay? I know that that's kind of hard to understand, but spending quality time in joy is like spending quality time by yourself, maybe at the lake, maybe by yourself, like I was mentioning the gardening before, like spending time by yourself doing something that is calming and relaxing, and it'll awaken that joy because it's so lighthearted. And it's like, I feel like it's alone. I feel like it's something you can do alone, because then you don't have anything on your mind. You're not keeping anything on your mind. You're just by yourself. A lot of times we can find so much like peace and joy. There's like a joy that comes with the peace from being by ourselves. Like, it doesn't, mean anything's wrong or anything. It's just like sometimes we just need that time. And so I'm saying within the next 24 hours to really allow yourself that time. Even if you can only allow yourself that time for like 5 or 10 minutes, it's totally worth it, because it's gonna clear your mind and it's gonna make you a lot more like joyous, like even joyous, like you can actually have happiness from time in solitude. And I'm speaking about that from experience. So hold on, let me get my next one. I've got the next 2 decks right here. I put everything away. I had cleaned up so well yesterday, and so I didn't have these out just right. Here we go. I had everything put away. Okay, so here we go. So now we have the Louise Hay Power Thought cards. Yeah, I'm seeing a pool. Like one of those above ground pools that you could set up in like a backyard or something. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the metal framework. If you're not getting along with other people right now, I have a feeling that is because you need that time alone. Because if you have the time alone, you'll be able to deal with people. Like just deal with people. Because I was seeing the pull up, but I was watching 2 people put it together. And when they were putting it together, one person was kind of upset and the other person was not. But I feel like it's a duality between yourself, that you could choose that. You could choose if you want to be like, if you want to be cool or if you want to be like not cool. And they're both stemming from what your action is within the next 24 hours. So if you take some time to yourself, you're going to be chill about something. Whereas if you don't, you may not. Ooh, it's really heavy about spending time. It's where you spend your time. And what you spend your time, I want to say what you spend your time not focusing on, because you're not focusing on anything when you're spending time in solitude and stuff like that. You're just kind of clearing your mind. It kind of taps into what we were talking about yesterday. So here we go. I forgive myself. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am free to love myself. This is forgiving. This is really a forgiveness you don't have to give yourself, because you don't really have anything to be at fault about, okay? Now, sometimes people will tell people, you need to forgive yourself because, you know, of this or that. And sometimes you really did do something wrong and you are the only person standing in your own way. And then there's other times where you perceive something as you did do something wrong, but you didn't. And it's your own, like your subconscious playing that guilt trip on yourself. And that is a forgiveness. You really don't, I want to say, don't put standards on yourself, okay? Instead of like looking at yourself and going, well, I didn't. Instead of looking at those things and being very critical of yourself, there's times within the next 24 hours, there's at least going to be a time where you can kind of reevaluate what your thinking is like, what your logic is like. Instead of thinking like, this is what I need to do, like standards. Instead, be grateful for all of the things you did do. You know, like run down the list of what was done. Run down the list of how successful today was. Like that. It's you know, don't be so hard on yourself, because forgiving yourself isn't always necessarily because you did something wrong. Sometimes it's just you have the wrong idea about, you know, what your day looks like, what your day looked like, stuff like that. Okay? And stuff, and time in solitude by yourself, okay? That is okay. It doesn't mean you didn't get anything done. It means that you undone the stress in your mind. And that is something that you could really take some time to do within the next 24 hours. And it'll allow you to awaken, allow you to be open to receive a lot more joyous freedom, enjoying the time that you do spend in solitude and after solitude. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and get these ones. Oh, I had to put these ones right here. Okay, so now we got the empathic oracle. Okay. Put down the phone, because I'm seeing this guy, okay? And it looks funny. Okay? I'm just gonna be honest. Sometimes I get these visions that they're kind of funny. But it looks like a character, okay? I'm looking like at this cartoon character guy. And he's bald. And he's like this. But he doesn't really look like a guy at all. He looks like a cartoon. And he's like hunched down. And he's sitting on a desk, like next to a desk, right? And he's right there. He's hunched down, and he's got the phone to his ear, and he's like this, and his eyes are like coming out, like, you know, the old it's those old Looney Tunes. I don't remember if it was Looney Tunes or which ones, but like the eyes would come out. Like that's what I'm seeing. And he's on the phone, with a cord, which is talking about a cord. It's talking about something that is connected, that you're just connected to. And I feel like it's talking about technology. And I feel like it's talking about a need to kind of like relax from technology for a minute, maybe for 24 hours, or maybe for like, you know, like if you can't do 24 hours, maybe for like, you know, like a few hours of your day, however much you can dedicate time. If you've never even thought about it, you know, maybe try recapping how you're spending your time. How much have you been spending time on the phone? And then you can see, because sometimes when we spend time on the phone, you know, however you spend your time on the phone, I gotta tell you guys, like, it really does affect your energy. Imagine if you're watching a video on your phone, on the TV, it doesn't matter. You're watching a video about a bunch of horrible things that are happening around the world. How are you gonna feel afterwards? Versus you go and you watch on TV or on your phone a whole bunch of, like, awesome, you know, awesome things. It could be all these great successes that people are doing right now during, you know, these different lockdowns. Then how are you going to feel at the end of those videos? And so it's about the content you're consuming. It's about the time that you're spending on it. And a need to disconnect from all of it. I'm not saying connect to all the positive only. No, I'm saying disconnect from everything. For just like a day or just like, you know, several hours, a few hours, an hour if you can. I feel that. Yep. And then you're going to be able to adapt. See, I'm all talking about all these different situations. Be like the chameleon. It's like if you're like the chameleon, then you're able to adapt. And you can adapt to these. If you just give yourself a moment, it could be an hour. It's up to you, however you spend your time on technology. But I'm feeling heavy that you need to have some time where you actually give your mind a rest. Imagine when you see one thing, okay? You know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, okay? So you're looking at one picture. You have like all these different ideas from that one picture. We're in a day and age where there's like a million video shorts. And so like, if you watch these video shorts, you're going to start like having all these different ideas. It's great. It's great that we are able to share content like that. But when you consume so much in such a little time frame, then your mind can go on overload. It can go on overdrive. And now you need time to disconnect. So that's what today's message is about. Yeah, you can adapt like the chameleon. You can adapt like the chameleon to all these different circumstances, all these different videos that you're being, shown or anything, whether it's positive or negative. But you also need that time for solitude, because you give your brain a break. And don't wait till it's nighttime to give your brain a break. Like do it sometime. I would try to do it sometime during the day. Like in the middle of the day, you have like 20 minutes and you're not doing anything. You're not thinking about anything. You're just gonna, even buy one of those little water, those fountains that have the water that's consistently rolling. Something like that to help with the sound, to keep you in the sounds of nature, or going outside and being in the dirt with the garden. It's like nature. You keep some aspect of nature in that moment for you to sort of just clear your mind. And I think through that, you're going to be gaining a lot more awareness, and you're going to see more possibilities open for you. If you're not getting the possibilities coming to you right now, it's because you're not in that vibration. And the way you get in that vibration is by clearing your mind. That's how the opportunities come to you, like a magnet. So you have to match that vibration. You can't put certain elements together because they just won't work, right? Like you just can't. You can't expect, you can't expect fire to freeze, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Like, you can't expect fire to freeze. And I'm seeing somebody trying to put a flame into a deep freeze. And it's like, you can't expect the fire to freeze. You have to prepare yourself to be in that element. You want to be in a fluid element, then you have to be like water. If you want to be, and you know, in a fluid element is something where you allow things to flow. You become like the chameleon. You're flowing, you're flowing, you're flowing, you're flowing, you're flowing. And in that flow, let me tell you, as you're in that flow and you're flowing. You're in the water and you're going. And as you're going, and whatever speed it's going, you don't care, because you know why? Everything else is in there. It's like, it's everything else. That's the joy and the vibrancy. It's like all of a sudden opportunity. Then you have creativity. And then you have other people with other passions flowing in that same flow. And the only way it happens is with flexibility and mental clarity. I'm sorry if I overloaded you with that, but that's what I was getting for today, okay? And in being like the chameleon, and in being able to clear your mind for a minute, every day, it's like a consistent every day. Think about how consistent your mind is looking at different things on the internet, right? Okay. Now make that same consistency, that same commitment that you have to checking your phone every day. Make that same commitment to clearing your mind every day on some level, okay? Because your mind deserves it. It deserves it, okay? You deserve it. And then you become like this chameleon. Because then you look back. And when you look back at your phone, you look back at social media, after you've had a time to just clear your mind, as opposed to just sleep, once you've had time to clear your mind, you come back, and you're coming back with a fresh set of eyes. And you're coming back with a new perspective on something. It's very, very powerful to clear your mind daily. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope that the next 24 hours is a beautiful 24 hours for you guys. I hope that it's blissful. I hope that you have the opportunity, that you don't have the opportunity. I hope you make the opportunity for yourself, for that clearing of your mind, to relax, to get in a flow, to try to reach the higher vibration of bliss, the inner bliss inside yourself. You can do it. And if you have a difficult time with it, I always say, take 5 deep breaths, slow deep breaths. And when you do that, like let's say you're mad, or you feel like you're gonna get mad, or you're stressed, or you feel the stress coming on, or anything, and you notice you haven't taken time, or you're just like go, 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 right? You stop. Consciously breathe. And when you consciously breathe, I want you to try to feel how you don't struggle to breathe. And if you do struggle to breathe, do the best that you can. And regardless, be grateful for the breath that you have. Because there's so many people that struggle to breathe right now. So many people. I know so many people right now. And that is something that is easy for us to overlook, but so precious to us when we don't have it. Okay? So, today, within the next 24 hours, please take time for yourself, for your brain, for your mind, for your body, to breathe. and you will have much more blessings by just breathing. Breathing with gratitude. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a fantastic 24. I'll see you guys again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our new lives. Thank you.